She got a chicken and a dickin'.
I'm the main side bitch in your life, nigga. Boom. Give me that pussy, bitch.
Give his ass one time.
Am I wrong for that?
Don't hurt me now, please.
Hey everyone, welcome to another motherfucking freaky episode of Freaky Fridays with me, your host Tasha Pointo.
Me, your boy C-Love.
Where we talk about the ratchet side of dating and relationships.
From a ghetto point of view, we're here to stimulate your education, make you laugh, so on and so forth.
Period. So how you been?
I've been cool, just been dealing with these hard-headed ass motherfucking kids, you know. Daddy duty is a motherfucker, man. Sometimes I want to sell a little that. Not for real, but I do offer people to buy them for like a dime.
I seen a story about a bitch trying to buy kids in a grocery store.
But you know what I'm saying? I do shit like that too. Like we at Walmart and like my son Carson, he always hi, and I get mad when my son speak to people and people don't speak back. Like bitch, he's 4. Like fucking rude hoe. I'll smack the shit out of you. So like he's not listening. So I'm like, look. I'll sell your ass. Excuse me, sir. You got a penny? All I need is 1 penny for this little half-breed ass little nigga right here. And he's like, no, daddy. So, but like, you know.
He just said, but one day if you push me too motherfucking far.
His ass gone. What's been on?
I've been cool. I told you guys that like I've been slowly moving towards voluntary.
Oh, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. What happened with the dick appointment from last time?
I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into motherfucking to it. Okay. So I told y'all I'm slowly moving towards like voluntary celibacy because these niggas ain't shit. Okay. So I told you about the nigga that I fucked, that, you know, the last dude or whatever. So, I've been seeing him post his bitch on, like, his, sorry, I say bitch, young lady. It's just a reflex, like, word.
No, it's just word, boy, that's all.
Like, it just comes out. So, you know, he's been posting this young lady on his page, and, like, I'm talking, they go on to trips. He got her room at the Sybaris. Have y'all ever been to the Sybaris?
Oh, that's $600 for the night. Check in at 5, leave by 11. Don't ask me how I know though.
Everything.
You got the
they got the motherfucking dove-shaped towels and shit.
And every channel in that bitch is a porn channel. Look, that's what I heard. I ain't never, don't ask me, but that's what I heard. 5 o'clock is a check-in. Leave by 11.
But I don't know that for sure.
Get the swimming pool room with the steam sauna and the waterfall. And that bottle of shit.
But I don't know nothing about that. But yeah, so anyways, doing very nice things. And then I also seen him post on his page, you ever been with a woman that just makes you feel like you don't want to be with other bitches like at all? And I was like, wow. So
that was the post.
That was the post. So I'm like, I'm gonna just fall back and mind my business, So
but what if he was talking about what if you was the other woman that made him not want to fuck with nobody, but he up here with shorty like, damn, what she doing? You know what I'm saying?
Then I guess we got our wires crossed, but I be the side bitch usually, so that's probably why I just assumed. But yeah, so I told you in that little window of time that I could have had a dick appointment. I was gonna hit him, but then I seen that, so I was like, I'm gonna fall back. So the other day he just messaged me and was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, what is up?
Hi, stranger.
Right. Hey, big head. I'm like, so what is up? And he's like, I'm trying to come and see you as always. And I'm like, but I thought you had your little shorty. And he's like, I mean, I do, but that ain't stopping me from coming up to see you ever with your nasty little freaky ass. I was like, ooh, do I do it? Do I do it? My morals. But I decided not to.
All right, so that's what your head said. Now, the question I want to know is,
what the he little said, head down there.
When he said that, what that pussy said.
Me. But I was just like, it's a difference between having bitches and having a bitch.
Yeah.
Because bitches know to stay in their place. And a bitch, that's when I'm getting phone calls and text messages. Talking about where is my nigga. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to tell her exactly
where the fuck right now. He a little busy eating.
Because I'm snitching, nigga. Okay? So, yeah. So that's really what's been up with me. I told y'all, this pussy about to be off of the market. So y'all niggas keep fucking up. Keep on, okay? So if you guys are on the tube, then you can see that we have two very special guests.
Not one, but two.
El dos, even though that's probably not the right Spanish.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We got it.
Whatever. You know, we don't got that many rules here. So we have two very special guests. So if you guys could just introduce yourselves and let the listeners know who you are.
Are you going to go first? Yeah. Okay. Do you want my favorite pronoun?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am Ezra. My pronouns are they, them. This is my partner.
Yes. I am their boyfriend, Kai. He, they pronouns, please.
Period. Yeah.
Nice to meet both you motherfuckers.
We love that. So, as I told you guys before we started the show, we're not doing icebreakers. I'm gonna say it this one time because it's a new segment technically, but we're not saying that no more. We're not doing icebreakers. We're gonna call this segment Just the Tip.
Just a tip.
Just to get you guys
Y'all know
started.
what it is. Just a little bit, you know, just the warm up, you know. Let me put the tip in.
I like that. So, I mean, I don't like it. I want the full thing. But anyways, so whatever. So, first question. Passionate sex or straight fuck?
Passionate sex for me, personally.
Okay, y'all like to look in each other's eyes and shit.
What about you?
I agree.
Okay. It depends on my mood.
It depends on my
tequila
mood.
that we was talking about earlier.
That was straight
We
fucking.
fucking.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
You know, it's certain mood. It's my mood. I say my mood too. Because if I ain't really feeling you, can't get shit passionate from me at all. Or
Yeah.
you making some quick shit,
Pound
some
town.
grip shit, and we out. You know what I'm saying?
See, it don't even work like that for me no more. I be wanting to like be all like nasty shit leading up to it. But okay, so would you rather be with somebody who has uncontrollable diarrhea every time you have sex, or be with somebody that vomits every time you kiss?
Whoa, see, damn. You gotta define that, cause like has uncontrollable diarrhea every time you have sex. So that means in the middle of it, is they shitting all over the place, or it's like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, I gotta go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Cause I'm not finna fuck with nobody who's throwing up when I kiss them. You know what I'm saying? I might shit on them motherfucker, but ain't nobody shitting on me.
I would probably say a little bit of both. A couple in-betweeners and a few after.
Could you just imagine, like, oh, bitch, no! I'm probably gonna punch a motherfucker back in the head.
Got little dookie crumbs on the sheet.
Hey, you know what, though? I can't lie, right? Can I tell y'all? Off topic. I ate an ass one time.
Okay.
Like, all right, that's how we're starting it. All right.
And, we was drunk on some freaky shit.
Was
Lights
the toilet
out.
paper the booty?
No.
Toilet paper then.
I caught the ding, man. Listen.
Oh, no.
Worse.
I'm savage though. The reason why I'm savage, cause if this the game we playing, you know what I did? I came right up, kissed that bitch, put it right in her mouth. Fuck you talking about? But that's just me, cause I feel like fair exchange ain't never been no robbery.
Felt that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Yes.
But yeah, I think I'll take the shit over the throw up, cause the throw up gonna make me throw up.
We gotta stay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta be real. I will take the vomit because I have stomach problems and I do be throwing up.
So you're the one that vomited.
I am.
He said he's probably.
He said, I do be
There was one time before we were even dating, I think, right? We weren't even dating. Or it was either like fresh dating or like, I'm telling the car story.
Oh, the cars. Oh yeah, we were dating at that point. Yeah.
Okay, this was like fresh dating. We're just driving home. I think it was just you picked me up from work or something, and we're just like heading back to their place to chill. And we're driving, and like nothing had happened before this, and all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm gonna throw up, and they're like, what? And before they can even finish saying what, I just
Out.
throw out.
I was like,
And they're like, oh, okay, and
That's what we doing now? That's what we doing?
I grabbed a bag and I managed to get the rest of it, but then like I just was like, I'm so sorry the whole rest of the car ride home. And like that's how I knew I had it locked, because I was like, They didn't even care.
Right.
You know, like
If
we
I
just
throw up in your shit,
like,
You're like, it's cool.
me.
I'm not gonna hit you with this cool. Don't
Like,
worry
I
about
still
it.
have that.
It
I'm
was
like,
You be like,
their
oh, they
part,
really
too.
do like me. They really do care about me.
No.
So what do you think?
Oh shit.
Vomit or dookie?
Oh man. I don't know, because I feel like with the vomiting, you could probably just avoid that by like not kissing each other, right?
True,
or like kissing
true.
like on the cheek or whatever.
But the
Or, like,
diarrhea, that's where all
that's
the
like
fun
every
happens.
single,
Yeah.
and especially like if you're extra freaky. Like,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm telling you,
I
that's
probably would take
heartbreaker.
the vomit, to be honest. We
I
could
dig
work
it.
around it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so sleep with somebody that has an erectile dysfunction issues, which, by the way, quick side note, bitches can have erectile dysfunction issues
Bitch
too.
pussy could be dry in the
Yes.
Sahara. I
Yes.
promise.
So erectile dysfunction issue or somebody that cries every time you have sex. Give me the crier.
Nah, give me the motherfucking. I could at least spit on the pussy, lube pussy up, something. You
I was
know
gonna
what I'm
say
saying?
they got like lubricant.
I
You
can't.
make it
Listen, 'cause
work.
I have had sex with motherfuckers that reached a certain point of they goddamn orgasm where they get to crying and get emotional. If you really not feeling that person,
Yeah.
that shit is
It's
fucking
awkward.
draining and awkward as hell. Cause I'm like, it's just some dick, and you. You know what? I think somebody calling me. I gotta get ready to go right now.
Not hit
You
him
know
with
what I'm
the, what
saying?
you about to do?
Hell yeah, quickly. Are you want to lay and cut? Oh no, I'm not a crier. That shit make me feel awkward.
I feel like I would take, like, honestly, the person who cries, because if it's somebody that I'm like really down for, like
I'm gonna hold you.
I feel like
So
I feel like you could work through it with them,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like, it's not like and that type of thing is only a forever thing if that person isn't. Now we're getting like real shit.
Oh, yeah,
That type of thing is only a forever thing if the person isn't willing to work through it.
Yeah.
Because like it's okay to have like moments of weakness where like
Yeah.
that you fall through a crack or something like that and you let it show. Like, but if it's like every single time and I've been working with you and like we've been trying to like work through it, and, like if I
That's
give you
fine.
like things, then it becomes a you problem,
Yeah.
and then it's something where it's like, okay, peace. Like I'm no longer.
Gotta get the fuck out.
That's like, you
gotta
know.
get help or like.
Yeah.
I can't do
It's
anything.
Oh.
And I want to say, as a little sidebar, that's not to say that like erectile dysfunction is a bad thing.
No.
Like I get that people
Yeah.
struggle with that, and there are ways around it.
Yeah.
That's why it's like a hard choice, because like either way, it's like both of these things are fixable in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just hard for me because I like dick, and if there's an erectile dysfunction issue, that means the dick's not up, and I can't really do a whole lot with that.
Yeah.
Besides get
That's
head or
valid.
get fucking fingered or
But
something.
you know what though? You know, I keep it real all the time. I was just thinking, have I ever cried off some sex? And I had one. I ain't gonna say it wasn't no cry, but
It was a
motherfucker-
thug tear.
A motherfucker did make my shit water up like, bitch, I love you. Like,
After that.
hey, so far, these are the most funnest motherfuckers we done
I
had.
agree.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
definitely
I'm just,
agree.
you know, Chuck speakers goddamn mind. These are the coolest motherfuckers we have here thus far. Yeah.
Period. So last question for just a tip. So have sex with somebody that has extremely bad breath, or have sex with somebody that has junk funk.
I'm gonna take the bad breath.
So
That's pretty
Every
short.
Just like
flip you
we
over.
can work with the bad breath. I could be cheek to cheek. I could flip your ass over. I could be up here in my zone, like, hey. But goddamn it, fuck me. And you gonna want me to eat that one, bitch? You? I would.
Come here, smell that. Smell that.
But only, matter of fact, here.
Oh.
Let's say If you ain't finna eat your shit. If you can't taste your pussy off my finger, listen to me, world. If you can't taste your pussy off my finger and enjoy it, oh, you know I'm not.
I had to cancel some
I'm
dick
not gonna do
appointments
that.
before because I was like, this ain't right. And I've been eating a whole lot of McDonald's lately, okay?
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And to my guys out there, nigga, if you know you going to get some motherfucking pussy, nigga, do a motherfucking nut. Every man know you got a motherfucking nut. I could get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and shower and just lay in bed and play the fucking video game. I ain't know at 12 motherfucking o'clock, if I reach down here, these motherfucking nuts gonna be sweaty. So if I got some pussy coming at 1, why the fuck you ain't gonna freshen up? You stupid motherfuckers.
Facts. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the next segment here. This is another bonus segment. But before we do that, apparently I don't know how to run my own show.
And we ain't got the horn, honey.
Yeah, it's upstairs. You should all be putting fake horns in the motherfucking. It's dysfunctional as fuck. Oh no, not am I wrong for that? We got.
But the gift though, you know what I'm saying? We gotta pause for the gift, so.
See, told you I don't know how to run my own show. Okay, so as a thank you guys, because I really do appreciate you guys coming out and taking the time, taking the gas, and they were motherfucking on time, bitch. Period. So here you go. Thank you so much. I forgot the lime upstairs. You can get that on your way out. But you know, I love me a little cerveza with some lime. Okay. No problem. No problem. So I want to just ask in this next segment. Actually, I'm gonna let my co-host take over because yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. Here we go then. Hey. So, first question to you: who is Kai Korn?
That's a loaded question. It's very, like, what do you want to know?
I want to know who you are.
What do you like to do?
What you like to do? Like, who are you? I want to know you.
I feel like my whole personality and my whole being can be, like, put into just a few words. D&D, because I'm a total nerd. I am a total nerd. I love, like, honestly, I had to hold myself back from when you were like, what do you want to come on the show and talk about? I was like, don't say tabletop. Don't say it. Don't let it show. Don't let how much of a nerd you are show. But here I am talking about it anyway, because I always find a way to bring up D&D. But that's like, I'll be honest, that's like my whole thing. Like I spend a lot of my free time reading books, so like fantasy books and things that inspire me. I currently am in 3 campaigns, which if you know D&D, you know that's insane. Because like D&D, like to give
Yo, I ain't gonna front. I ain't get hip to it. Not because I ain't get hip to it. But I always been hip to it. But I try to be like that cool nerd motherfucker. I feel
like
y'all, but I'm not playing that shit. I'll watch.
Slip into the
you know what I'm
Dungeons
saying?
and Dragons Club real quick.
Like I used to be like, hey, don't do that, do this, and hopefully, like, you know how to play. Nah, man, I don't do
No, we're actors. It's like a lot of our friends are actors, and so a lot of our friends are also nerds. And so we get together, and it's literally a room of like 8 actors we like each other a lot. We spend like 5 hours. We'll get together on a Saturday, and we'll play from like 6 p.m. to like 1 or 2 in the morning. And that's why I'm like, I know it's not for everybody, but like that's why I say I'm crazy when I say with 3 campaigns, because that's like 3 different groups of people doing that, you know, like every weekend we have, like this is one of the first weekends in a while we haven't played anything. And on the free time, I want to run my own at some point. I'll be honest, my goal is to become a professional game master. So basically that would mean like I would put posts on I'm gonna put like online, like, hey, Dungeon Master open, like, and if people want to play D&D, if they don't have anybody that they can contact, they can be like, hey man, and hit me up, and I can run the campaign for them, basically. Like, I would either be in person or online, and like, I also, like, there's so many cool shows online that people sit and they put it on. It's like a podcast, because it's like a story. It's entertaining because you get to watch people come together and spend time together, be creative together, be collaborative together, and escape this. Like, I don't know, that's one of my main hobbies. And then theater, but I don't know, I'm just chill. I'm trying to like find, I'm a big gamer too. I play a lot of games. I'm trying to build a PC.
But I wanted to ask, I had a friend in college that actually built a computer herself, and I was like, I got mad respect for you, because shit would be fucked up, okay?
It's intimidating. It's expensive, it's intimidating, but once you do it, it's easy. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you a little bit about yourself, Ezra. Like, tell us about you, you know?
I mean, I'm kind of...
Is that right? The right name?
Ezra?
Like, did I fuck up?
No, you're perfectly fine. Yeah, that's what
I was just saying, like,
kind of fiddling around a name with right now, so I really like that name. I don't know, I'm kind of the same boat that him. I'm just a big nerd. Like tabletop RPGs, like you said, like I game a lot. Like that's like my main hobby is like gaming and stuff like that. So I play a lot of games like all over, like I have PlayStation, Xbox, like
kicking my ass because I like the game, but I fuck it. That shit. I love doing it. Like when I lay my kids down and send their ass to bed, I'll be on the game for like 2-3 hours. And when I say I suck, I'm an 8 kill, 20 death type motherfucker. But I enjoy it though. I'm having fun. I'll be on that motherfucker talking my shit. You know what I mean?
No, and that's like I
I
hate people that talk so much shit about that. I'm always the person that gets on the mic if someone's talking shit to me.
Like, shut the fuck up. They're playing like I'm enjoying the game. Like, I keep killing dude. Like I keep killing your ass. I'm like, bro, I don't do this shit all day. I got a life, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So the next question I just wanted to ask is like it's kind of like it is how we met each other. So so we met each other doing the Arsenic and Old Lace. I had a very, very small backstage role, y'all. It made me realize because at the time I was like, I want to be an actress, and you know, then I went and helped out, and I was like, y'all do a whole fucking lot. Y'all be reading fast and shit. I don't do that. So I have a very deep respect for you guys, but I just want to know for both of you really, because I've seen some posts from you, Ezra, about how it's a struggle for you about how you present or how it comes off to other people. Is it frustrating for you guys to get cast as like for you to get cast as a female or you to get cast as a male in a role? Is that frustrating for you guys?
I think for me it's less frustrating because I know at this point in time there's not many. I mean, unless the director is specifically looking for something like ambiguous, like male, female presenting doesn't matter, like feminine, masculine doesn't matter. I'm pretty much guaranteed to only get masculine presenting or male roles, and so it's definitely disappointing because it feels like those are the only things that I can get right now, just because I'm aware of my physical appearance. Like I'm aware that I'm taller and I have a bit broader shoulders. I'm aware of my physical attributes, so like it sucks in that sense. I wish that I could do more because I know that there's a lot of people who are non-binary who can go between
anime sometimes with like the characters just interchange like we, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Literally, and then I know there's a lot of people that can do that, and I unfortunately am not one of those people. I wish I was. It is disappointing in that sense, but
there are specific roles that you.
There are for sure. Like there's one role in particular that it is absolutely a dream role of mine, and I would jump in a heartbeat. But if you've ever watched Rocky Horror Picture Show or ever Dr. Frankenfurter is literally that's my dream role, and like that's the
every year like Rockford.
Yeah, they did it at start. I was part of it, but I didn't get cast as
man, that's some bullshit. Look, after this, off camera, tell me who I need to I'll make sure you get that one. You know what I'm saying?
I saw them audition.
My Russian game is amazing.
They did really, really good. It wasn't from lack of effort. I flat out said to them after the audition, because obviously we had the car ride home together, I was like, I couldn't be in, I saw everything except for the singing. I saw acting because I was in the room for that, and I saw dancing, but for singing, from my ear up to the door, and I heard it. I didn't see it, but I heard it, and I said to them on the car ride home, I said, that is the best audition that you've ever presented, and you need to be proud at least of what you have put down today,
so.
Because even if you don't get the
you
role, you left it all in it.
When you leave it all out there, ain't no fucking regret.
And they did. They really did.
And then not only that,
but I at least got cast, you know.
Not only that, like you said, you at least got cast, and then maybe like next year they'll look at you.
That in their head, like,
okay, well,
hey,
they can, you know, yeah. That's hopefully, you know, but
yeah.
sorry, good.
For me, for the answering the same question, it's difficult. I'll admit though, I've only auditioned for like one show after I've come out. So, interestingly enough, this is where it gets like, it's hard to explain but also not. It's just a different scenario because of COVID. So before the pandemic happened, we both auditioned. This is before I came out too. So I was still presenting and identifying as a woman, to like publicly to people. My throat. So I was cast with Ezra in Starlight's production of Little Mermaid, and I was one of the Merce sisters. What?
2019.
Yeah, 2019, and I was cast as one of the Merce sisters, which is actually like a really nice. It's a really good role in the musical because they have their own song. They have like a lot. Like it's a really fun role, and I was excited about it. And then
For 2020.
20, yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
Timelines. But then the pandemic happened, and we tried to do it online, but it just didn't work, like rehearsals and stuff. So we paused. They paused the whole show, and they had everybody. They sent out a little Google form, and they were like, "If you would be interested in continuing the show once things open up again, say yes." And we were like, "Yeah, fuck it," and we like did it, and things happened. Life changed. Yeah, I'm a man. Hi. Yes, actually, I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I'm a man. Like, I'm not gonna hide it anymore. And I got a message from the director personally, Chris Brady, and I will be honest, he handled the situation amazingly. He said, "Hey, I want to be transparent with you. I'm gonna offer you the same role. I will not be offended if you don't take it, because I understand that you are no longer presenting that way and wanting to be like seen that way. And so if this is something you don't want to partake in anymore, that is absolutely fine. I would still love to have you in the show. I'll find a place for you. It just won't be this part."
That's really sweet.
I know, and he was like, I'll be honest.
Human being shit. That's what I be talking about.
Seriously.
People should just be a human fucking being.
Seriously, and he was like, I'll be honest, we even talked about making the Mur sister a man, like a Mur brother. Like they talked about, and the only reason that he was the one that suggested it when they had a whole production.
Yeah,
It made me feel really good because at the production meeting,
No.
at the production meeting, they were literally like, so how do we address this problem? Like, not saying that I'm a problem.
The problem,
No,
but
yeah.
make
You
you
don't
feel
want
like to
comfortable.
respect
Exactly.
you as a person, as an individual.
Exactly.
You let them know like this who the fuck I am, this not this.
Yes.
I'm me, I'm
Exactly.
eat a dick. Nothing wrong with it.
But I did the show. It was a wonderful experience. It made me realize I can do feminine parts and be seen masculinely. I will be honest though, it also really affirmed who I am, because during the show, that was the first time in almost 2 years that I put on feminine clothing. And so when I got all dressed up, it was like drag, I did makeup, and they had to help me. It was that long since I'd done makeup. I was like, and I did makeup for Arsenic, so I was like, I need a refresher, guys. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they helped me. I wore a wig, which was really fucking weird to see, because it looked like it matched my hair color. And I was like, I looked in the mirror and I was like,
this is
whoa,
not
who the fuck is that?
right.
Literally, I didn't
Like
the other
you fucking me, motherfucker.
literally, other people in the cast didn't recognize me. You didn't recognize me.
He came up to me and tried hugging me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh,
I got
who you are."
I
He
got
was like,
him.
"Babe," I'm like, "Oh shit!" Oh,
Oh damn, my bad. What's up?
I told scared a few people. They were like, "This isn't right." Like,
No,
it didn't look
it
bad.
felt so weird.
Like, it's not like I looked bad, but
No,
they were
you
just
look
like,
good,
you
but
don't
you were
look
still, like,
yourself. Like,
Right.
you don't look like Kai.
Different.
That's
That's how it is with my little sister. The last time she wore like girly clothing was at her 8th grade graduation. She just graduated high school. But it was weird because everybody at school was like, "Is that Bree? Bree? What? Like, what the hell?" Looking back at pictures, I'm like, "Oh, that's my sister. That's all. Okay. All right, I see what's going on."
No,
Yeah.
seriously. And so, but I'll be honest, I don't actively think I'm gonna go for feminine parts.
Yeah.
There's not really any, okay, I'm not to lie. There are very particular roles that I'm like, you know what, I'll don a dress for that. Like, I will do it. Like I'll do it, but it'd have to be
They
like,
have to be something that really
something good.
catch you, really worth your time, really
Right.
worth.
Yes,
Yeah, I can dig that.
absolutely.
That's what anything. So shit, hell yeah.
And
Fucking kudos to you, goddamn.
seriously, and
Finger snap.
appreciate it. And I had a really interesting conversation. We went out to dinner with a few of our friends the other night. A few of our friends who are there in the queer community, and we were talking about it because this conversation actually got brought up, and I was saying I have a really hard time playing a woman, like a woman as a person. I can do a caricature of a woman. I absolutely can. Those are the roles that I'm talking about. Like, there's certain specific roles that I always as a kid was like, that's a dream role for me. And now after re-examining it, I'm realizing it's not because, it's a feminine part. It's because I like the character.
Yeah, I feel like it could challenge you.
Exactly. And that's where I recognize that I don't feel like I have the acting chops to play a complex, if there were a complex female character that was a deep representation of a womanhood or something like that, I think I would struggle with it, for real.
So I'm gonna ask you guys this. I totally don't believe this is a thing, but other people have this assumption, so I just want to put it out there and get what you guys think. So I just want to ask you, did you oh shit, my bad, retract that. So did you ever feel like anybody has, I skipped around and I fucked up, but I was gonna ask this question anyways. Did you ever feel like anybody ever like influenced you when you felt like you wanted to come out as a man? Did you feel like anybody ever influenced you, or kind of like anybody, pop culture, TV, media, anything like that, to be trans?
I know. I hear that question a lot, and I like exactly what you're saying. I know you don't mean it that way. Not in the media or anything like that. I'm gonna take the question, I'm gonna spin it on its head in a way a little bit, because if somebody were to ask me that question, like in a hateful way, I would say this. I would say nobody's really ever influenced me. I have always been who I am, and I have always felt the way I feel. People have made me feel more comfortable and more safe and secure to be that person and to come out and to grow and let that person flourish. I have never been like at a point where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be this way because I see this thing. It's always more so, oh, that person is similar, feels the same way I do, and they're not afraid. Yeah, exactly. They're not afraid to show it. They're not afraid to be loud and proud. Like, I'll be honest, this is like going into like my coming out story. I don't like calling it that because I feel like nobody should have to come out, if that makes sense. I feel like you know, like
there ain't no out when who you
exactly. But I'm just saying, like, the steps that led me to being like public and more so like in people's faces and accepting nothing less than my identity, if that makes sense.
Motherfucking period.
Is like, and that's like more so the journey to that was I felt this way for a very long time. I just never had words to articulate it, like going in elementary school and things like that, and in middle school. And then I did have somebody influence me, but it wasn't in a way to be this person. It was actually to be the opposite. It was actually to like shove it down more. My best friend at the time, when I was in middle school, I came out to her kind of. I was like, hey, it was just one of those weird, like, just spending the night, like super late night conversations, real shit coming out, and we're laying on my bed and she's laying next to me. We're not looking at each other, we're staring at the ceiling. And I just let it out. I was like, hey, sometimes I don't think I'm a lady. Sometimes I think I might be more like a guy or nothing in between. And I'm not shitting you when I say there was like 2 or 3 minutes of just dead silence, and she didn't say anything, and she just immediately changed the subject, and she never brought it up again. And so, like, for me, at such a young age, hearing that and talking to the one person who I feel like can see
should have accepted.
Yeah, like,
oh, they shut it down. Okay,
we don't talk about this type of shit. That's
you're
not
testing
normal.
the waters.
Yeah, and so that influenced me for a while to just like shove it down deeper and not talk about it. And then I started meeting more non-binary friends and trans friends and having more people come into my life that were in that community. And at the time I just identified as an ally, but then I was like, I felt drawn to that community because I'm part of it, and
right.
You know, like, yeah, and I'm like, that's like the denial and like internalized transphobia of me being like, oh, that's not me, I just like these people.
Right.
But then being surrounded by more friends and hearing them talk to me about how they felt and like just be themselves and exist around me, it made me feel more secure.
Like friends and family, they know who you are before you can admit to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like watching my daughter and my son. Like I'm with my baby mom was like, we need to talk about Chuck. I said, what the fuck is there to talk about? You know what I'm saying?
He is who he is.
Like she's like, nah, like I think like she's like, look, baby daddy, you really not understanding me. Like I say, bro, that's my fucking son. I can look at fucking. You don't think I know my son gay? Like I don't know a fuck. My question, literally, and you know, because I'm stupid. I'm laugh if you want to, but I'm stupid as fuck. Because my question to my son was, who fucking who fuck? That's all. You know what I'm saying? He's like, huh? I said because I'm finna come home and I'll be like, what you going on like, pops? Yeah, I beat the shit out of that pussy. Your brother gonna come home and be like, yo, I fucked the shit out of that bitch last night. And you gonna come home and is you gonna say somebody fucked the shit out of me or I fucked the shit out of somebody else? And he was just like, are you serious? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, are you mad? He's like, Pops, I just can't believe you that fucking silly. I'm like, goes to show I don't give a fuck. You my child. You know what I'm saying? But you is who the fuck you is. Like, I just want him, and then we joke about it. Boop up, that booty's hard, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, it's
your family,
support, however you go.
Yeah, and that's like, with black people, we talk shit to each other. That's how it is with my sister. I wanted to buy her a strap-on for her graduation party.
That would've
She said
been
that
dope.
would've been too much.
No, you should have gave her a nice 8. Like, here you go, 8 for you, baby dog. You know what I'm saying? She'd have been, see, that's what, because I'm not, you are who you are. I love you, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
I got so many, which really, this gonna lead to, like, my next question. You know what I'm saying? Because I got, like, I'm old. So I got a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? Trans, straight, whatever. It makes no fucking difference with friends. Like, what the fuck you do, who the fuck you are, goddamn it, I don't give a fuck. I had some men hit on me like, you fine, and I'd be like, motherfucker had me like, like, damn, like, I ain't get shit, but unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, but shit, he got me, I be like,
I'm watching the shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Choke you down.
You know what I mean? So, like, you know what it is, like, I had one of my buddies, they like, I want to make sure I say it right, so let me slow down.
Yeah.
They like, a male to female. You know what I'm saying? He's a motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So he got his boyfriend. And once I was catching up, and I'm like, yo, you still fuck with Buddy? And she's like, nah, Buddy gay. So I'm like, shorty, what you mean, Buddy gay? She's like, yo, we fucking, and this motherfucker try to like grab my dick, suck my dick. Like, that's like, you know, gay ass motherfucker. I don't want no gay mother. I'm like, I'm a girl. That's what the fuck this pussy for. And I'm like, huh? So the motherfucker had to break it down to me like, she is she.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nope.
so you know what I mean? Like, that's a no-no. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, if you don't, that's not the fuck, I'm she, I like you did. Like, I like a straight nigga, that's some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? So my question to y'all, if I'm getting rude, disrespectful, please let me know.
Yeah.
Is there anything, like, even though, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
you are he, you know what I'm saying, you, like, when y'all getting y'all schmitchy in, like, if he, like, try to, like, you know what I'm saying, is there anything that's like, nah, because I ain't that, because as a man, like me and my girl doing it, you know what I'm saying, I don't want, leave my nipples alone. They mine, you know what I'm saying?
They say that, but they love it when you do it.
In the moment, but afterwards, they be like, damn, I can't believe my ass.
Now I'm curled up on
Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So is there anything, like, you know what I'm saying, is there anything that's, like, off limits to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, no,
they out of respect, absolutely what you're saying, they almost say like they don't see them anymore, if that makes sense, because that's my personal dream. That's one of the big things for me. My dysphoria mainly comes from my chest. I've always, even before I knew I was trans, like, I have a word for it. I've always been a trans man. I just never had words for it when you're a kid. Like, the moment I can tell you right now the date, time, and location of when I became aware that I had tits. I seriously could. And from that moment on, I have been aware of them, and I have wanted nothing more than them gone. You know, seriously. And I was a kid too. I wasn't like, you know, I was like, my aunt made a comment when I was holding up a shirt to my cousin about how I had big boobs for my age, and then I was like, what? And I like zoomed out. I was in a Zoomies, and it was around like 1 p.m. in a Zoomies in Wisconsin Mall, and like,
check the weather.
and like, so, like, ever since then, I've just been aware of them, and I don't want them there. And out of respect, like I said, they almost say, like, I don't see them anymore. Like, I like, walk around shirtless a lot, and that's because I'm trying to, like, visualize. Yeah, like, I'm like, they're not.
That's your, it ain't your breast, that's your chest.
Seriously.
And we beat that motherfucker.
Yes,
We had
absolutely.
what my little gay friend said, get this motherfucking tit take.
Not some titty tape.
Some tit, look,
Take them down.
listen,
When
yeah,
they
down
big enough,
south. But
it's
she had,
hard
like,
though.
He had some bee stingers. You know what I'm saying? There was some bee stingers. You know, they lock him in. There was a bee stinger. But he's, I fuck with this little titty. You know, like when you got a sports injury, put a little injury on.
Tape.
So she work out. He work out. So he was cut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Tied it up and shit. He had his titty tape on. Say shit, niggas be outside hot. I'm out. It's hot out this bitch. I got to get you some motherfucking titty tape. You know what I'm saying? So
No, for real. I just, like, I do that a lot to try to, like, mentally prepare myself and to, like, be like, no, they're not there. And, like, yeah, when I get top surgery and stuff. And so, like, a lot of the times, like, it doesn't matter if I'm on top, if they're on top, like, they're not there. They, you don't touch them, they don't exist. And, like, it's, like, a mutual, like, there's never been a time where I felt, like, It's amazing.
Because it's about,
you know?
so it's a guy I asked, because like when my friend broke it down to me, she would let me know it's like, it's still about who she is as a person.
Exactly.
Not what you're born with,
Yes.
but who they is as a person, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's why I was like, you know what I mean, is there anything out of respect, or would you find like that? Because she's like, if I ever meet another motherfucking dude, and goddamn it, he know who the fuck I am, and this motherfucker, like, that's her deal breaker.
Hey, and that's
Motherfucker, you like, that's
a
her
hard
motherfucking
boundary,
deal
and that's
breaker.
okay, and especially for a lot of
when I
trans
tell
people,
you
that's
this
the
little
thing,
Puerto Rican motherfucker, and I'm the straight stuff, but I tell you, I'm rude. I'm not rude. I'm just me. I speak my mind. I be telling my mom, hey, you know, goddamn, if you caught me drunk though, you might be able to get me, goddamn. Hey,
But
no, yeah, it's more about who you are as a person, especially because we look at gender and sex differently. So
Yeah.
sex and gender aren't the same thing. So
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, So
That's what kind of I'm old school.
yeah,
So when I grew up, it's straight, you gay, you bi, or you're a lesbian, flat out. Now, you know what I'm saying, that's what my confusion.
and you don't want to like
and I don't want to offend anybody because it's like, it ain't no hate in my blood. I got 2 gay children, like, you know what I'm saying? I got my cousins, you know what I'm saying? Like my cousin, and then my brother got murdered, his youngest son, Amari, you know what I'm saying? He is male to female, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, but it's so much shit. Don't be wanting to say the wrong shit, or I be confused as a motherfucker. Like, bro, that shit like, just logically, is this the right science? Okay, yeah. So what the fuck does this name mean, bro? Because I'm lost right now. Because when I look at, I'm more of I told my daughter, your sexual preference is not who you are.
yeah.
I want to know that's an afterthought to me. Like fucking Elton John. Motherfucker, everybody know Elton John gay, but to me, that man is a great motherfucking piano. All that shit is who you are, that shit is an afterthought to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get sensitive to me about the shit that I say, because I don't have a filter. But it's just a fun and jest and respect. Like, if it's something that you don't want me to say, I won't say it.
Right.
I know
appreciate
you heat.
That is like I recognize this, especially like that seems to be like more of a thing with like, especially with like, I would say anyone who ranges from like early 30s to like, let's say like mid-late 40s, like it's always like, it seems like they them is a little bit more confusing, and it's because the context in which we learn that like pronoun, like where it's not necessarily like we do learn it as an individual pronoun, like we learn like the like, oh, this person uses it as they them, but we don't use it in the same way that we use it in gender. We
Right.
normally use it in like a business sense, and like talking like it's
About
used in
a group
business
of
all the
people
time,
or
or like,
something.
or even one individual, like they use it for training videos all the time.
Yeah.
You as a worker, if you take yourself, or like they'll say like they themselves, the worker, they themselves are going to like that's they'll use that terminology, and so there always has been a singular use for it. It's just we weren't taught
Programmed.
also
It's
singular use.
okay. I
So,
see
like,
now. I'm
it's-
thinking it now.
Right now I'm gonna get into the whole thing, but I just find it interesting, and I don't have like actual like take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt because I don't have like actual facts in front of me, and I'm one of those people that I'd have such a hard time like memorizing like exact facts. But like if you look into it, there's a bunch of research. Like cultures everywhere, like non-binary individuals have existed for
especially in like
You can look
Asia.
at it in the arts and the fucking sculptures.
Yeah, like in native, like indigenous culture, there's this thing called two-spirit, which are people that
They feel like both
within the culture. It's basically their cultural version of non-binary, you know, and people are recognized as two-spirits. Like it's a whole thing.
Nordic.
In India.
Nordic,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go for it,
we're
go
throwing
for it.
out all the
Yeah,
In India, they actually have like a celebration or something for.
Like which India? Like not India or like
Oh, Lord.
India? I'll be
Yes,
like let me
yes,
know.
that one.
Okay.
First
India.
one, okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yes, they have like a celebration for what we would essentially call trans people.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they
Trans
have.
women are treated like royalty.
Yeah,
royalty.
and I was
Yeah.
like, that's dope as fuck.
Like goddesses. Yeah, there's a whole like I'm trying to find like the proper words from it. A group, I guess. There's a whole group of trans women that are literally like people go to them for like healing and like things
Oh,
like that.
wow.
I'm pretty sure it's something like
A lot
that.
of parts of the world,
Yeah.
people are
Yeah, and that's why it's like
it's like yeah.
crazy to me that like certain people want to use the argument like,
oh,
now it's a trend. It's like, no! I came out on my birthday because I was like, it's I can't beat it on my birthday.
It's my day, so they can't.
No, seriously, I was like, nobody can be beating me on my birthday. It was son. Yay!
Guess what? It's so boring.
No, I did.
You little fuck with.
I am all for baddies putting men in their place. Like, you know what I mean? This is true. Like, because he's probably thinking, she wouldn't do this to me.
Fuck with them. They can fucking fight and they have to defend themselves.
I've never